Hey folks, here we are. We are live. It's Friday the 15th of January. Got an interesting show for you today. We're going to talk about some goal planning and how personal growth fits into everything we're doing. We're going to talk a little bit more about the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, and we'll get into it in more detail as we go along each day. And hopefully I can promote and encourage you to take the time to read that book, apply what you learn in it. You know, the books that I'm talking about, it's interesting. You know, in the beginning, I did the same thing. I would read the book and say, okay, fix me. But you know what? Nothing ever changed until I actually started to make a plan and apply what I read in the books. As we get started today, as we do every day, we start with prayers for everybody. Most everybody has been affected in some way by this COVID-19, and we pray for them. We pray for their safety, their health, well-being, and continued financial success, and so forth. We also pray for those who have lost loved ones and the painful times that they went through not being able to pay respects to those who have died. We also pray that the Lord opens his arms and takes those who have died into heaven, into his heaven. So with that being said, let's get started here today and let's talk about the magic of thinking big. Remember that there are 5 principles, 5 lifelong lessons that apply, and we're going to talk about each one of them. One of them is be human, okay? And then the second one, and I got my papers all messed up here. So the second one is think it's possible, make thinking possible makes it so. So, you know, as I look here and I think about that, as I've said from the beginning, you know, the principles of prosperity economics, prosperity thinking versus poverty thinking. No matter how bad it appears to you today, it could totally be changed tomorrow, next week, next month, but it all comes down to one inward strength and choice that we all have to make that decision to move forward, to think of the possibilities. Possibility thinking is what created everything. I mean, the computer, here we are, and you're in some other part of the world, some other part of the country, and yet you're able to listen and watch this video. What amazing, amazing technology that somebody was thinking of the possibilities to create this stuff. Remember what I said, everything on earth has been created by somebody's thinking, other than what God created naturally. So God gave us all of the resources, minerals, vitamins, food, all of the things today were basic gifts from God. But thinking has taken those basic resources and created amazing things, including this camera that I'm sitting here looking at, made by a company named Canon. It is just amazing. The computer, Dell Corporation, and on and on and on. I look around, you know, iPhone, Yeti microphone sitting here, and all the things was because somebody was thinking it was possible. How amazing is that? But yet we belittle ourselves and we say under the circumstances, and we shoot our own selves in the foot because of our discouragement that we accept. And that's a big word. Don't ever be discouraged. Think of the word. Think of the word. We all get disappointed along the way in different things. But to be discouraged is just, it is negative. It is the most negative thought that you can have. Discourage is the opposite of courage. We all need courage. We need courage every day. You need courage to get in your automobile and drive to work because 70, 80, 100,000 people are killed every year in automobile wrecks. So we have to think of the possibilities. We talk about the Financial Mastery Blueprint and how the 4 roles that govern your future success is nothing more than the table turned around on the financial world. In other words, the things that make them most successful and maximize their profits, you and I can apply those same principles in our own life. But we literally have to get over ourselves. You know, people will say to me, well, that sounds too good to be true. Okay, too good to be true. Does that mean it's too bad to be bad? I don't know. So we have to step up. We have to man up. We have to woman up. You know, this is about a person stepping into the shoes that are already there. But you have to mentally, the thinking muscle in here, you have to think it is possible. You have to think it as though it is already done. When I set goals in my every day, my every week, every month, I have goals, things that I set as a goal to get done. The first thing I do is I write it down. And I brought with me today, I want to show you this sheet. What the heck did I do with it? There it is. I'm going to show you this. It is, well, there it is. See what you can't see it. So there it is there. You know, it's about goals. And there's the rest of the sheet. So I'm gonna post this and it will be available on the Family Money Farm group tomorrow, Monday. It'll be there. I'm gonna post it on there as a worksheet for you. And really what it comes down to is all the things we're talking about. Saving 20% of our income, accumulating 50% of our annual income in accessible capital, in cash, where I can get at it, whether it's in a savings account, a cash value, dividend paying whole life insurance policy with a mutual insurance company, but I have complete access to that money without paying a tax to the government or a penalty fee to get at it. Why is those two important? Because those two rules set the groundwork for ever increasing success in a multiplied way. How is that, Tom? Well, when you start to save money and you accumulate money in capital, because I have this money saved, I can immediately go to my auto insurance, my homeowner's insurance, liability, my disability protection, medical insurance. I can adjust deductibles, take on a little bit more of the risk, and therefore lowering my premiums. So now I have recaptured some money that I was willingly paying to insurance companies before. I'm going to bring that money back and I'm going to put it into a savings vehicle, a new life insurance policy, dividend paying mutual life insurance policy designed for banking. I may put it in an investment, but remember, there is a difference between investment and savings. Investments have risk, savings do not. Dividend paying cash value life insurance is savings, it does not have risk. And in 200 years in America, nobody has ever lost $1, not $1 of their cash value in the kind of life insurance I'm talking about. Why do you think the banks, remember I talked about this yesterday, BOLI, bank-owned life insurance, COLI, corporate-owned life insurance. Why do these people store so much millions, billions of dollars in those insurance policies? What is it you don't know? What is it they don't want you to know? 99 point something percent of all those companies are stockholder owned corporations. You probably have them in your 401k at work. Your mutual fund portfolio, you have some of those companies in your mutual fund portfolio. So if there is so much profit to be made in those life insurance companies, why wouldn't you want to be a part owner? Wouldn't that clear up the message that people will say, well, Tom, I've never heard of this before? Well, because you have a 1 in a million chance of hearing about it. It's that simple. It is just that simple. But we need to open our mind. So thinking opens our eyes to have vision like Superman. X-ray vision. I can actually see the truth when I'm thinking in the best way that I can think. When I'm exercising my thinking muscle, it opens my eyes to see things that I could not see before because of the way I thought about things. So it's got to take us beyond that in everything we do. We have to learn how to think better. Therefore, we see things differently. And then the third principle of economics of prosperity is measure. We have been taught mathematics, 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4, and so on and so forth. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. We understand all that. I believe we do. But a lot of the things and the ways that we would measure savings and money is not completely truthful, because it does not take into consideration all of the elements of the measuring. And those elements of measuring are sometimes abstract. For example, if I have $1 today and I bury it in the backyard, I go back out 25 years from now and I dig up that dollar and I go to buy something with it. The purchasing power on that dollar, based on historical evidence, will only be worth 47 cents. So in 25 years, the magic number 7, okay? 72. The magic number 72. My brain with my body. My mouth opened and spouted something out, but my brain wasn't there. But it's the secret rule of 72. So if you take the number 72 and divide it by an interest rate, it will tell you how long it will take for your money to double. So if I take the number 72 and I divide it by 7, so we're getting 7% interest. So $1 compounded at 7% interest in 10 years would be worth $2. It's a simple understanding math. If I take that 72 and I divide it by 3%, it tells me it takes money about 21 years to double. You understand that? Okay, so 21, actually it's about 23 years. So if it doubles in 23 years, it would cut the dollar in half in 23 years. You see where I'm going with this? I'm just sharing with you some thinking, some measurement ideas, that we have to be completely aware of. So if I'm putting money away and it's growing and accumulating, and in 25 years, I have $1 million. However I save it, I have $1 million 25 years from now. That means it's only worth $470,000 in today's dollars. Now, at the same time, along the way, I earned interest. Now, if I earned the interest outside and I paid the tax every year on the interest I earned, and I allowed the account to compound, if I take the taxes that I paid along the way and I apply an opportunity cost to those taxes, because I lost them forever, so I didn't have the ability to invest them and earn interest on them. So now I have more expense. My dollars are only worth 47 cents in 25 years. But with taxes and opportunity cost, I lost another 22, 23% of that value. You start to get the idea? So when I calculate, I've done a presentation. If I take $100,000 at 6% interest for 35 years, it would grow to $574,000, but I would spend over $770 some thousand in taxes, lost opportunity cost that has been lost. Inflation devalued the money. So I don't even get the $574,000. It actually costs me close to $780,000 to end up with 574. So if you're grasping that, that is why it is so important. A foundational principle is retirement planning is based on creating passive residual income with every investment I make, with every savings dollar that I accumulate. So I have dollars positioned that are working for me. They become my employees. I'm running a financial business. I'm a CFO at home. And I have to understand this. It is no different than the principle. I'm the CFO at a big corporation that has all these employees. My CFO family business, the employees here are the dollars that I accumulate. They earn interest. They go out and work and they earn interest of some kind. They earn investment rates of return of some kind. They earn rental income if it's in real estate. This is not rocket science, folks. But the question is, why are so few people informed? I'm having a camera problem, folks. We're going to fix it here. We're going to fix it. There we go. So we switched cameras. The battery went dead in my other camera. So here we are, and we're going to wrap it up here anyway. So as I wrap this up today, next week, we're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper into this, and deeper and deeper and deeper into the book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Author is David J. Schwartz, PhD. Get the book. It is a $7 or $8 book. These aren't expensive books, folks. But we will continue this journey next week. Get my book, The Family Money Farm. There it is. Family Money Farm. Get it at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can also go to cfo-project.com and put in your name and email address, and you will get an email. You'll get a link. You'll be able to download a complete copy of the book front to back onto your computer or your iPhone. When you go there, there is an opportunity to begin investing in yourself. $47, 47 gets you 4 more books in a 1-hour video. They will change your life. The information on that video will open your eyes to some thinking and planning that you didn't even realize existed. You'll get an understanding of the debt clock, the U.S. debt clock. You will also get an understanding of snowballing and how to get out of debt. Because I tell people simply, what I can show you to be totally debt-free in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without spending $1 more than you're currently spending. That's what it's about. If you want to change your life, click on as a follower on the website. A lot of people have asked me to friend them. I've got 5,000 friend me's on there. People that have asked me to friend them, and I have. But we need to grow the presence on the Family Money Farm Group, because this is where the information is going to be shared. There's also a website called financialcurvesinc.com, and that is the education website. So we're putting a lot more stuff over there as well. Go to YouTube. Find Tom Young on YouTube. Become a follower. God bless. Have a wonderful, great weekend. I'll talk to you sometime over the weekend, I'm sure. But otherwise, I'll see you Monday.